Alright guys, welcome to today's review and my thoughts on the event schedule for July of 2018 for Fire Emblem Heroes. I want to first start off by saying that I think this calendar is actually quite light compared to other calendars, and I feel like some things are missing. What I mean by this is, if you look at a couple of gaps here, there might be some content that we're missing. I'm not specifically talking about banners or anything, although those have blindsided us before, such as reruns. If you guys are aware, both summer banners were released at the same time and they weren't on the previous event schedule. And from my knowledge, the previous year's event calendar was actually released and they did not mention Choose Your Legends heroes out on the calendar. So we can probably assume that they won't do that again. Not without maybe like a Fed channel prior announcement or something. That's what I think. Anyways, let's go through things one by one and I'll give you my thoughts on them. Up at the top left corner, we have what started today, as of this video coming out, is Illusionary Dungeon Summer of Heroes. Okay, this is pretty much a permanent game mode now, where they kind of just recycle heroes and modes, and they're kind of recycling songs in the extra stages too. It's glorified reward mode. I don't know how many people still take it seriously. I feel like a lot of improvements could be made to this, or at least some sort of motivation or incentive for people to do it. It doesn't alienate the fan base. Maybe something reasonable, like S rank for casual mode. I don't know. There's definitely something that they need to improve about Illusionary Dungeon's tap-tap battles, and if they keep rerunning this mode, at least do something with it, besides it being just a bunch of rewards and dailies that are free rewards. Either way, I noticed that while doing it, that they did use the summer heroes, so maybe this is some sort of like indirect advertising or motivation for you to be pulling those units. I saw Noir, then I saw Summer Cordelia, and I'm like, oh, is this a reminder that those summer units are still here and they want me to still summon for them? Nice try, Intelligent Systems. Kappa 123. Don't forget me. Don't forget me! Followed up by that, we have Bounty Hero Battle Revival with Raven and Lucius. I think the revivals are good for newer players. I remember my second account, the ones that the account missed, and we got a bunch of orbs out of that, but I'm glad that the revivals do have quests associated with them now and they're not just a dead mode. So Raven and Lucius is a good opportunity for us to pick up a couple of orbs through the quests. I believe that was 4 or 5 orbs. What I recommend people do is that they go into Arena Assault with 1 unit and try to target these specific units in Arena Assault on beginner with 1 unit. Most people unequip it and you'll find a good way to find that unit that way. So followed up from that, we have our login bonuses for Tempest Trials, and Tempest Trials Sweet Dreams is coming up on the 15th. Now, I saw the bonus heroes for this, and that were data mined at least, and the seals. And I want to mention briefly that I am a little bit disappointed by what we have. For those of you that don't know, the bonus allies for this upcoming Tempest Trials will be all the new summer heroes that were released on the most recent summer banner, which was Summer Young Tiki, Lind, Takumi, and Camilla. And then a couple of the old summer heroes, including the ones from the first one, which was Tana, Summer Corin, Gaius, which is like really weird, and Mass Marth. Now Mass Marth is the free option here, with Mass Marth also being the hero that's being rewarded. I'm kind of disappointed by that, but then I'm also kind of happy about it. I'm conflicted, I'd say. Mass Marth being rerun is a good thing for those of you that may need an additional sword unit to counter, or maybe merges. If you've collected every single Mass Marth since the first run of this unit, you're able to achieve a +7 Mass Marth with minimal resource investment. This unit is by far the least resource intensive unit when it comes to scoring in arena. +7 is very good, and it scores pretty well, especially if you give her distant counter. But the thing that really does annoy me about it is that the bonus units are not easy to achieve. Like, I don't have Summer Gaius on either of my accounts. I don't have any of the new summer units, so I don't intend to pull on them. I never pulled for Tana, and I don't even know why she was chosen of all things, just like Summer Gaius. I do have Summer Corin, luckily, on both accounts, but I didn't really target them on the free-to-play. It just happened to show up. So having like a minimal amount of bonus units is kind of annoying. At least Mass Marth can be made as a healer when you utilize Falchion. Anyways, the seals that come up here are Speed Ploy, HP Res 2, and Flashing Blade 3. Flashing Blade 3 is great. I think that's gonna open up a lot of options, especially for you guys that like HM farming. If the unit has a lot of speed, that's great. Speed Ploy as well. It is quite a good seal. We already have attack, defense, and res ploy seals, so speed was the last one remaining. Just like how speed tactic was the last tactic skill remaining, it does make sense that speed play is kind of coming up last, 'cause speed does make a huge difference in this game, with speed being both an offensive and a defensive stat. So that's pretty cool. HP res 2 is whatever. I guess just another way to just make Akariss less relevant. So anyways, that's enough about Tempest Trials. We'll talk about more about it once it gets released. Maybe some things change. Maybe some of the rewards will be hidden and they'll finally rerun some more units besides Mass Marth. Moving on, we have Summoning Focus with new power. We know what this means. It is the most recent units that got their weapon refines. It's going to be Katarina, Titania, and Nephany. Again, another opportunity where I think Intelligent Systems really wants us to spend as much orbs or money as possible. I'm going to look at that as a whole grander picture because Nephany has Wrath on her. Katarina is a unit that hasn't showed up on too many banners. And Titania, well, I guess if she's part of your core team, if you really like the unit, that's a good opportunity to be pulling merges for her. Either way, continuing on, we do have new heroes. So that's great because last month we didn't have any new heroes and this is where they're coming up now with new heroes. I have no idea what this could possibly mean. I'm not going to assume that I know. There's no real patterns that I've noticed from new hero banners, other than them choosing whatever seems to be most popular, other than the occasional exceptions. Like Carla wasn't really popular, but I guess they were looking at a bunch of sword masters and said, hey, let's just throw her in and make her really good. And then they take a really popular character and make like an alternative of them, alternate skin of them. That seems to be a recurring pattern. So whatever banner this does entail, you can probably assume that an alternate skin of a character will be released, just like Rom and Nino, Reinhardt. You know, it just seems to be a recurring thing, and it's a really like safe bet. Followed up by that, we do have a brand new Bound Hero battle with Leo and Elise. Now, that's interesting. If you look at it, these new heroes do also have their own Grand Hero battle. Now, if I was to make a slight prediction for these new heroes, maybe it could be relevant to Fates. Again, I'd want to hope not, but sometimes the Bound Hero battles and the Grand Hero battles generally are relevant to whatever the most recent new heroes are. So if I was going to make a slight prediction, maybe it would be another Fates banner, but I do hope I'm wrong. I do hope I'm wrong, and that's not the case. We have Arena Quest being rerun again shortly after that. That's, again, I guess some way for them to incentivize competitive gameplay in Farm Heroes, and that's fine. I think more people that play Arena, the more the player base has some sort of goals to target or rewards that they want to seek, or test out the mettle of their units in fighting against the strongest that other people build their units. You can see a lot of creativity in Arena as opposed to the predetermined PvE content, other than Stratums, which Intelligent Systems designs. Now moving on from that, we do have Summoning Focus with heroes with distant defense. Okay, for those of you that don't know, the 3 units on this banner are guaranteed to be Celica, Micaiah, and Rajat. Now what I also noticed from this was that these units are all of different color, and they all kind of came out at different time periods. So I'm starting to wonder if they kind of like pre-plan these skills and who gets them at one point or another by diversifying the colors on them. So it's like, we're releasing distant defense with Celica, okay? Now in the future, we're going to release a green unit with distant defense, and then later on in the future, we release a blue unit with distant defense. So that way, you know, months from now, or a year from now in this case, with Celica, we're going to release a distant defense banner with all 3 units of different colors, just to have some variety. Now this is obviously not always true, but it just makes me think, how far ahead do they think with these units that they release and who gets the skills, right? Either way, again, it's another opportunity for people who really like those characters, who are fairly popular characters, all of them in one way or another, to definitely expend all your orbs. And it's a great way to get merges. Now, for those who don't know, a fully built Micaiah with close counter does score as much as Soleil in Arena. So this is a really good opportunity to be adding merges to Micaiah if she's part of your Arena core. She's actually the only range unit in the game that can score so well. The Legendary Hero banner coming up will be shortly after that. I predict that this one will still be quite good, even with the previous 2 being also fairly good in their own ways. We still have yet to see Winter Lisa. We still have yet to see Male Grima. Unfortunately, Legendary Lyn is coming back. NY Camilla should also show up. So just a couple of early predictions on what I think there. There's also an opportunity for spring units to start showing up. So we might see Spring Kagero. We might see Hanoka in the colorless pool. We might see Takumi in the colorless pool. We know that female Grima is going to show up tons of times though. Grand Conquest after that. I appreciate that mode, and I do enjoy playing it whenever it gets rerun. I do hope that it would last longer per month, or maybe they do it more than once per month. It's a good way to get a lot of rewards and have some fun. It's a great mode that was added, and I hope they expand upon it. After that, we have a Grand Hero Battle Revival with Takumi. That's great. I pretty much look at that as like Fury fodder for those of you that can't pull Hinata. 3 Heroes Quests. That's also being rerun around that time, and great. I hope that those units will be something with good fodder. We've already had Hinata. There's not that many units that are in the 3 and 4 star pool, I guess, that haven't shown up there, but maybe they'll start using some of the newer units that got demoted. So maybe we can see something like Oscar there, or maybe Faye, something like that. That would be pretty good. Okay, and then one of the biggest questionable things I see here is heroes with fighter skills. I know what these 3 units are as well. We know this is Effie, Male Grima, and Harden. They're the only units in the permanent pool with fighter skills. They're not going to put seasonals here, and they're likely not going to put 2 units. So that's 2 blues and a green. That's fine. Effie's a good unit to add merges to. She's very powerful. Harden is also very good here. And M. Grima is, again, one of the best units in the game. So, again, it looks like they're really pushing everyone of any kind of player to spend as many orbs as possible for something that is very likely to happen within a month or 2. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video and this analysis, what I do notice is a gap there between the 6th of August and the 10th. Special heroes showing up on the 10th. There is a little bit of a 4-day gap there, because the Legendary Hero banner ends on the 6th. Usually there's a little bit of not an overlap, but usually there's like as a banner ends, sometimes they release some sort of content or update or patch or something. See, that's what's missing from this calendar, is they have nothing related to update notes here, and usually they do put that date referenced somewhere. So I feel like it's probably the 10th, but they're not confirming it in the calendar. And there's also no login bonuses around this time period either. Like, if you actually look at login bonuses, we only have New Hero Celebration from July 20th all the way to the 3rd of August, and then we have no login bonuses for a whole week. So what's going on there? It just seems like there's a little bit of a gap there, and I'd be questionable and critical as to what could possibly happen there. One thing that also hasn't happened in a while is a Fire Emblem Heroes channel, like a FEH channel. It is about the time span that we should be getting one. So again, choose your legends. It's been about the time span that they would get released, and FEH channel. I expect that definitely will happen. And finally, something that didn't happen last year was Special Heroes on the August. We never had a Special Heroes banner in August last year. So does this mean we're going to get a 3rd summer banner? What else could it be? I don't know. If you guys have some ideas, please let me know in the comments below. And feel free to give me your thoughts or what you plan to do with your orbs, saving, and what kind of predictions you can expect for the update that's coming up for next month. Are you guys excited? Is there something that you really want this game to have? Thank you for listening. Peace.